Hi, my name's Maria Lee Carter, and I am Stars from Maria. I am an astrologer. I really do consider myself a mystic because I not only am a clairvoyant, I also am an astrologer, a numerologist. I work with tarot, but I also work with the rune stones. And this is going to be a series of videos that I'm going to be recording and putting out there that are all on runes and rune casting. And we're going to do a reading today, which I decided is going to be after the solar eclipse the other day. After the solar eclipse, I had a lot of ideas about things that were going on. And I thought, gee, I wonder what this solar eclipse is going to bring out. We had a lunar eclipse a few weeks ago. And the lunar and solar eclipses for the next few years are going to be in Aquarius and in Leo. Now, we all have a point in our chart that is associated with either Aquarius or Leo. So it depends on where that falls in your chart and where that's going to really make a difference for some of you. So today, what I decided to do is to do a reading on what might be revealed. Because the solar eclipse was called the Great American Eclipse, I unfortunately did not see it. I'm in England. I am in the southwest of England at this time. And I do know many people that were there. They said it was really awesome. They had a great, great time. It really was a spiritual experience. It looked amazing, some of the pictures and videos I saw. But I wanted to do a reading with the runes to see just exactly what might be happening in the United States and what might be a result of everything that has been going on, what the outcome is going to be, what may happen with the present president. First rune, and this has come out several times when I've asked this question privately. It's interesting. It comes out again, so it really is meant to be. It really is a pretty definite statement or influence, that is for sure. Goes back to about a year ago. This particular rune is associated with standstills. And sometimes it is associated with time, and the time being 1 year. So this is the first rune pulled is number 23, which is associated with standstill. And the second rune, the second rune that comes up, interesting, because that is so associated with defense or defensiveness. Someone's actions being very defensive or angry. There's a certain amount of hostility in the present with that. And the outcome rune is so associated with number 10. And that has a lot to do with growth. It has a lot to do with spiritual growth. But there's going to be a shake-up for sure. There's going to be an ending, as I see it, which doesn't really surprise me. But we're trying to be objective here and go with what comes out in the reading. And basically, that's what it's saying. It's a call for protection also. So there may be people who are associated with this shakeup who may require or need protection or a lawyer. It could also be a threat of war or hostile actions towards the United States. But I tend to think it's more with words. I tend to think it's more with words and political upheaval. The result is going to be a calming one. According to this, there will be progress made, but it looks to me as if there is a denial before that happens. there really is a struggle here. There really is a struggle in getting to the truth. But the truth will out. And it looks like it's really karma, basically, with this series of runes. Again, the first rune goes back to about a year ago. The defensiveness, or this fighting and hostility that is going on right now. And the outcome is one of emotions that surface. So there is definitely, basically, a healing that will take place here, but it really is at a great cost. There is someone here involved, and it may be a high political politician who really just is extremely stubborn and unable to see their mirror image. And there's a lot of anger coming out as a result of this. But mankind, the people will show compassion, and there is healing. So even though there is a loss and a great upheaval, there is compassion and understanding. The change had to take place. It looks like this change had to take place. It had to work out this way. In many ways, because of first rune being one of standstill, many times that could be seen as history repeating itself, going back over something again. So that is the result of that. And that is what the solar eclipse will bring to light. It will bring the reason why there has been so much hostility, the reason why there has been so much deception. And it will all make sense. It looks like very soon, I would say possibly before the end of this year, according to what I pick up here. Now, the runes in many ways tell a story, and they always remind us of balance, as do the tarot and numerology and astrology. And I just want to read a poem that is associated with the keeper of the runes, which is a person a lot like Merlin. This is Odin, and it is a speech of the High One. I know I hung on that windswept tree, swung there for 9 long nights, wounded by my own blade, bloodied for Odin, myself an offering to myself, bound to the tree that no man knows, whither the roots of it run. None gave me bread, none gave me drink. Down to the deepest depths I peered, until I spied the runes. With a roaring cry I seized them up, then dizzy and fainting I fell. Well-being I won, and wisdom too. I grew and took joy in my growth. From a word to a word, I was led to a word, from a deed to another deed. And this poem is written by Edda in the year 1200. And it was a tribute to Odin, hanging beneath the world tree as he spies the runes. And Odin is a character, as I say, much like Merlin, a magician. This is the first video. I don't want to overwhelm you all. In some of these videos, what I will be doing is explaining more about the runes and what they mean in a similar way to the tarot. And we may incorporate some tarot, we may incorporate some astrology and numerology in it as we progress. But I just wanted to do this reading, which really is my offering to the solar and lunar eclipse we just had. And I wish you well. Blessed be.